1 o'clock live. No one's here. I had a few things to do. Don't know if you showed up late. You weren't going to show up at all. So we're going to just end it. I'm going to end the video. I have to take a shower. I have something to paint. I had something to talk about. Just let me check in a second to see if I don't get this message back. Maybe I should be staying home, not going out. I don't know. What did I want to talk about? Just going to keep it really simple. Made or imported from in Ottawa, Ontario, from China. Imported from Malaysia. Imported from the machine. So what's going on? Where are we putting ourselves? What is going on? Do we know anything about economics and how economics work? Do you know about your own household? Do you understand what a platform is? Do you understand what the front line is all about? The front line. Listen to the front line. The first line somebody speaks. The first line, the front line. Who's first is in front in line. Who's the first one in the front of the line? Right? Usually it's the bouncer or somebody who wants to go in. So there's one-on-one. There's one holding you out. There's the door and there's you. You want to go through the door, but you have the bouncer that's there stopping you, although you have a ticket to the show. Everything in this mind of what you think has been altered through how you understand and your perception. You can think really well, but if you believe that when you mix yellow and blue, you will get red, well, go see if you can create the results. But since you don't know, somebody can tell you that you can. Unless they can explain that they could, how would you ever understand? So you take it for granted because we've built up a trust. And how far does the trust fund go? Because everybody knows the trust fund runs out. All clues, all words, all relationships for understanding the difference. A letter is not a letter. As you can see, the greater side of the V has the bones on the inside. Here's your this side, and here's your this side. I don't know, what do you want to call it? 1 and 2, or should we call this 2? Is there really a separation? Should we call this one area and this one area? Between this one area and this one area, there's a passing area over here. The bigger part of the area is here, but the vein that passes in between. So do we call all the veins 2, 4, 6, 8? Do we call this 1 here and this one on this side 3? But it's 1. Look at the size of 1. Look at the size of 2. But I mean the second area, but the second area is known as 1 and 3, or 1 and 1, 1 on this side, 3 explaining it's on the other side. When you create these, if I was going to create this a different way, I would go only the corners I'm going to count, right? I'm going to go A, and here's the other side of A, and here's B, and here's the other side of B. But really, that's B is just, anyways. What I'm trying to say is size. Yeah, when are we gonna wake up and stop being the sleeping sheeples? How do we turn things around so that everybody understands what's going on? You see, everything is so micro. How can I explain this? Doesn't anybody see in the macro world that our jobs are just all fabrication and items that we are buying from other countries? What can we do to that's a big question. What can we do to lobby and manufacture here in our house? Is it worth it for us to manufacture it elsewhere? Is it worth it because it's cheaper? It doesn't matter. We have our own money here. We have our own area of trade. We have to make do with what we have. So we work here. We put our hands on it. And when you work and it means something to you, all jobs should mean something to everybody. But when you go to work and you come home and they take away half of your garnishings because of Hey, have you ever seen this crazy stuff? I can't even explain it on here if you go home. A pension, people's pensions are unfair, just unfair. But forget about the pensions. Forget about paying somebody when they retire at the age of 40 for 30-year a pension. But it's okay. But then the person who's on welfare, who's suffering, making $600 a month because there is no job, or they're not capable of working. Yes, there are people that are not capable of working, just not capable. There's people not capable of saving their money or spending less. There are some people that only have enough to pay for their lodgings, to pay for enough gas, and to do nothing else but furnish the food in their mouth from life. So what do they have to fulfill the rest? Games. Games amongst friends. Doing things that cost absolutely nothing. But sometimes it's hard. You live in an apartment in a small city that you got to be next to. You can't be chopping wood or building things because everything costs money. But playing games, discussing and learning for the goodness of one's heart, taking a stroll and a walk, talking about stories about history and life and understanding how things changed to where the economic world has taken over everything. It's taken over even our financials, our bank books, and everything we do. You know, I can't return an item to a store unless I give them my email, okay? Give my email, my name, or my phone number and my name. This is my phone number, my name, otherwise you can't come back. We've lost trust in you because of all the cheating. We can't trust anymore. We have to make sure we trust everything. Micromanagement of all the commerces, like a baby in a basket. But yet all the individuals, we just say, it really doesn't matter. We're living too much for today, when no, today is always about tomorrow. But right now, they have pushed tomorrow upon us, making us decide and making rash decisions because we're not used to making such decisions. So we just listen. And the minute we hear the word fake, it might mean not true, but let's turn around this word and fake. Have you ever heard of a fakie, right? Creating the illusion that what's real is actually fake. But because they don't want to show you the differences, they just say it's not like ours, therefore it's fake. Bought and paid for, bought and paid for, bought and paid for. But you don't believe. You don't believe. You don't believe. What do you believe? Look back at history. Look back at history. If you don't follow the platform, those who were elected on their false pretenses should be removed because the platform for any reason has not been followed. And then not answering or having debates with the public. When 500,000 people in the public stand up and ask for a debate on a certain subject, and our leader cannot stand up and give that debate on his own with no help, there's something wrong. There's absolutely something wrong. And we want the best for all the people. For all the people, we want the best. So that's what the write-up is that I had read on the network in pieces and parts, more or less. And since we want the best for all the people, then it's always good to stand up. You're the frontline person, stand up. Stand up. Talk to the people. Or why should the people believe if you can't back it up? Not with an excuse, but with a better understanding. And how everything hurts when you take things away. Ask a child that you just put into the corner and told them not to turn around. Understand and know what the truth, where the truth comes from. Understand the past and how creation was turned around and upside down. See how words, math, geometric shapes come together and tell the stories I speak right now. History and the word of Mo and the zest. Thank you for watching this video.